Hello there, and welcome to episode 8 of Boxes of Comics. This week we are reviewing the miniseries titled The Batman Who Laughs. Let's begin. Hello, and welcome back. I'm your host, Chase Higgins, and I'm joined by our special guest, RN97. Really interesting. Well, he basically just said that he likes the Batman Who Laughs. So let me give you a bit of background information on it then. Did you know that this run consists of only 7 issues and a bonus issue titled The Grim Knight, which you have to read between issues 4 and 5. That's right, the Batman usually doesn't laugh, but in this miniseries, he does. So let me give you some more background information. Okay, so let me start telling you about Batman Who Laughs. Yes. We shall begin. So, it starts with Batman at the GCPD talking to Commissioner Gordon about the Joker's escape from Arkham Asylum. Batman warns Jim that the Batman Who Laughs, which has just broken out Joker, is all Batman but without any moral code and has Joker's chaotic mindset. The Batman Who Laughs has conquered every world he has visited within the multiverse, and is now teamed up with the Grim Knight on the main Earth for unknown purposes. Back at the Batcave, Batman is shocked to see a dead Bruce Wayne in the cave. Whatever the Batman Who Laughs is planning, this Earth's Batman can't see it, and he needs all the help he can get. As Batman regroups with Alfred, the Joker goes into the Batcave, points a gun at Batman, then shoots himself in the heart, and states that the only way to defeat the Batman Who Laughs is to become him. Following the first issue, where Batman indulged Joker's deadly gas at the end, Alfred now has to save both the Joker and Batman. Batman was given every antidote available from the Batcave, though it only stalls the transformation into the Batman Who Laughs for just a week. A begrudgingly Alfred gives the Joker life-saving surgery. Now a very sick Batman goes out to investigate the problem and finds that even more dead Bruce Waynes are showing up around Gotham City. Batman then concludes that the Batman Who Laughs is creating poison that changes people in their own worst selves. The Grim Knight, who is a Batman that has fully weaponized his world's Wayne Enterprises, shows up and attacks Batman and kidnaps Commissioner Gordon. Okay, so I feel like for this next recap of the books, we should let my droid do it. Really? Yes, I did like that part. Really? That was your favorite? No, that's not that great. Okay. So, for those of you that don't speak droid, my friend and I were talking about the next books, so I'll let you know what he said. So, after the first 2 issues, Joker escapes custody while his heart is still exposed due to the surgery Alfred had given him. But Alfred finds Bruce beneath Wayne Manor in the cave, as the cave is where Batman was born. It's a symbol of justice. We see Batman has smashed all the new antidotes and makes his own Batman Who Laughs headgear. After that, in the later issues, we see how the Batman Who Laughs sees the world and acts entirely different from this perspective of which Batman works for his benefit. The Batman Who Laughs explains that he is transporting all the Bruce Waynes to this world that we are living in, to transform all the Gothamites into dark multiverse beings. Whatever that means. Does that mean parademons? Does that mean Mr. Negative, like from Spider-Man? Who knows? So that leaves Batman to track down the Batman Who Laughs, and he finds that he is in Blackgate Prison, where Batman becomes trapped and is shot by guards that are mistaking him for the Batman Who Laughs. Meanwhile, the Batman Who Laughs escapes once he summons another Bruce Wayne, and it confuses the citizens to think that their Bruce Wayne is dead. Batman survives the attacking officers by convincing them that he is the real Batman Who Laughs and will slaughter their family if they all get in his way. That doesn't sound too good, does it? No. Okay, so while Jim is captured by the Grim Knight, he is abused. But Jim is able to escape when the Grim Knight isn't paying attention, and Jim finds his son James Gordon and convinces him to help. Meanwhile, the Batman Who Laughs attacks and gains control of the Court of Owls. He does this because he sneaks in, and the Court of Owls are like, hey, why should we trust you? And he pushes off somebody in a wheelchair, and then he gains power, and he's menacing. Very weird, isn't it? Can't go around just pushing people in a wheelchair. That's not nice. Well, you can push people in a wheelchair, just don't push them off a cliff. Yeah, exactly. So, Jim and James go to the Batcave with Batman, and when they prepare to fight the Batman Who Laughs and the Grim Knight, James and James Gordon, they don Batman Beyond prototype suits and fight the Grim Knight. That would be in these couple of issues, right here. Ooh. So, the Batman now running low on antidotes because he smashed them all, and he is starting to lose his mind. He decides to take on the Batman Who Laughs and ends up breaking his jaw. Ooh, not good, isn't that? Well, I guess you want to know, you don't really have a jaw. Jeez, droids. So, while Batman breaks the Batman Who Laughs jaw, James and James Gordon are fighting the Grim Knight back at the cave. James repeatedly stabs the Grim Knight with a knife, and the Batman Who Laughs is finally captured. This is due to Bruce Wayne using a memory of when he was a child, and what ends up happening is it's a memory of playing Ring Around the Rosie, I believe, and so it kind of breaks down the Batman Who Laughs. So once he is captured, Bruce Wayne uses a blood transfusion that returns him to normal, but the Joker shoots the Batman Who Laughs, and I guess he saves the day. It's not really mentioned, like, what actually happened, but like during their big battle, Joker comes in while the actual Bruce Wayne is like dying, and he just shoots the Batman Who Laughs. I know. It's pretty weird and confusing, but overall it's a good story. So towards the end, Bruce Wayne is given a blood transfusion that returns him back to normal, and the Joker goes into Arkham Asylum. But it ends with Jim Gordon at work, and an officer asks him if he's okay, but it turns out he is infected by the Joker's blood when the Joker escaped from surgery and his blood was exposed, because that's what turned Batman into the Batman Who Laughs. So now we have the Commissioner Gordon Who Laughs. Bum bum bum! So that's all the recap for this story. So I'm going to tell you what I like, what I disliked. So, yeah. Okay, so that's all the recap we have. So I'm going to tell you what I liked and what I disliked, and maybe you can form your own opinion about it through this video. That's right, they can form their own opinion, or they could just be mindless zombies and take my opinion for the truth, because that's what people do nowadays. But that's okay, you do you. Okay, so what I really liked from the story is that is the art. The art is pretty good, and the emotions that are brought through all these 7 issues. You know, it really details Batman's life, and it's like, well, if Batman ever crossed that threshold of actually killing people, it's kind of interesting to see what would happen, as this could possibly be one of the options that happens. Something that I didn't like, there was only really one thing that I didn't like, and that was the layout of the comics, or of the panels. And I didn't really like them because it always felt like they were bouncing around, and you couldn't really keep track of what came when and what followed after the previous. It got confusing, but towards the end, issues 6 and 7 weren't as bad as the beginning, but at the very beginning, it was really confusing and hard to follow through. But besides that, I think it's an overall good story. What do you think? Yeah, definitely a good read. I do suggest that you go to your LCS and see if they have that. And that's all we have for this week's episode. So if you liked it, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. And what else? Yes, subscribe. You're right, because when we hit 70 subscribers, we will make merchandise. And when we hit 100 subscribers, what will we do again? That's right. We're going to do a giveaway with 100 subscribers. Right now, we're at about 38, I believe, as of this video recording. So make sure that you up it up. So if you're following us on YouTube, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. So hopefully we get to those 70 subscribers and even those 100 subscribers. I hope that you enjoyed this video and have a good day. Bye.